Happy to have with us Dr. Rishi Bhatnagar. He's an expert on information technology and particularly an expert on the Internet of Things. Thank you very much for being with us, Dr. Bhatnagar. Now, could India's rise have been, this fast if it had not been for Digital India highways, as the Prime Minister used to call them, not highways, highways?
See, for a country of, at that time, say around 1.2 billion, which is now 1.4 billion, with limited resources and so much of diversification and so much of diversities, it's not possible if you are not going to use technology.
Yes.
Imagine the number of hospitals, number of doctors, number of paramedical staff you have, and you want to provide the healthcare service. I always keep on saying that, the largest enterprise of the country is the government. And they start thinking about providing services to their customers who are the citizens. The only way they can do it in a country of our size is only through technologies and digitalization. So whether it's education, whether it's healthcare, whether it's any kind of thing you can think of, that is something which is very important.
Right.
And the government, it was not that only this government started thinking. Government started thinking, but the implementation scope and the way it has been implemented has been so significantly good that they have been able to achieve in such a short time what we have been able to achieve today.
Indeed, and if we look at India's digital public infrastructure, many people say it is an example for the rest of the developing world. What would you think? I mean, could India make this? I mean, India is the voice of the global south in some opinion centers. This could also be, the digital voice of the global south.
See, I keep on saying this. I was part of the 1st July 2015 program in Pragati Maidan, which is now the Bharat Mandapam.
Yes.
Okay. In the 10 years, the whole building has changed and the whole position, the place has changed. The kind of infrastructure that has been created for the Aadhaar and the complete digital infrastructure that was created. So starting from, there are so much of learning. If you think about the COVID time, when many of the people migrated back to the rural areas, the rural data usage was much more than the urban. That was the proof that the digital BharatNet has been a success. You have been able to provide the digital network to the largest mile, and you have been able to do it. That's why the people who went back from cities to the village, they were able to utilize. So this infrastructure that has been created, that has definitely been used. And I have been in part of number of delegations, number of meetings, and people have been asking us how you have been able to do UPI, how you have been able to do COVID, how you have been able to do so many things, digital locker. And the numbers are saying from 25 crore to 97 crore internet users, broadband users, you name anything, digital locker, people have been utilizing.
Indeed.
To be honest, Global South has been waiting for this rise in India because they really wanted to have somebody to talk about them.
All right.
It was India under the leadership of Honorable Prime Minister that in the G20, the African continent was given a representation.
Yes, absolutely.
Such kind of steps were there. And to be honest, the digital infrastructure is open. That means that people can use it.
Indeed, when we look at the digital infrastructure and how dependent we are getting on digital, some people may look at this as a vulnerability, for cyber crimes. Could it also be, the opposite? Because of the digital infrastructure, we have a reduced chance of crime.
See, crime of different types.
Yes.
Okay, you have to divide the crimes, and for the new kind of thoughts will arise, and people will start thinking about how to hack and how to do things. I have been part of a number of cybersecurity and cyber crime kind of teams and trying to see what can be done. See, when the infrastructure is going to grow, when the new technologies will come, there will be some different kind of challenges, but definitely it's going to reduce many others. Okay? In my view, the challenge is...
but there's a digital footprint, isn't that? So isn't that an easy way to find out where the money has gone or where to trace things? Is it possible that way?
It's not possible.
Okay, fine.
Okay, there have been so much of restrictions at network level, at data level, and at infrastructure level that it will be not easy. But people will be able to do some kind of hacking, and people will be able to do it. But how can we have these kind of cybersecurity laws, cybersecurity infrastructure prepared? How can we have different kind of firewalls and different kind of tools and products available in the market to ensure that the vulnerability is not there? Okay, because future is going to be cyber.
Indeed, and talking about the future, it's already AI, right? And AI and internet combined I mean, we're already seeing how it's transforming lives. People are already using a lot of generative AI. What is the future like?
See, the future is something which is,
I mean, with the foundation of Digital India, I'm talking.
See, in 1986, when railways and banking were getting computerized, there were people on the street talking about it should not happen. But nobody could stop it. And today we can think of 30 million jobs, so much of economy, so much of growth because of the computerization. Today we are at the same step where AI is growing, and we are trying to find different ways of technology and supporting. The one thing which I want to tell, while people have started using the Chat GPT, which is based on the Western data set.
Yes.
Similarly, the DeepSeek, which is on the Chinese data set, and if you're going to ask some questions to Chat GPT, it won't answer. Something like, if you're going to ask who started the atomic theory, they'll say there's a person in UK who started it.
Okay.
Now we are working on something called the Bharatiya GPT.
Great.
Okay? And the Bharatiya GPT will have our own data sets based on 5 crore plus manuscripts which are digitalized now.
Indeed.
That's one of the steps which was taken last year also in the budget, where a lot of government is going to spend a lot of money on Indian knowledge system, getting the manuscripts digitalized. And with that, if you're going to ask the same question,
right,
who studied the atomic theory, the answer is going to be, in this shloka, Maharishi Karnad, 2,600 years back, talked about what is today called atomic theory. And later it was revised by some of the British or the European scientists. This is a way for us to provide the correct narrative to the world using the new AI tools.
Indeed.
So AI is the future. We are going to see a lot of revolutionary things, transformative things in education, in healthcare, so on and so forth. Recently, there is a lawyer GPT which has been discussed. Because in law, the lawyers are talking about, in this particular time, this has happened, and this is how it happened. Right. It all comes from AI now, and it will help in faster judiciary.
Speed, absolutely. Yeah. Speed is the essence. We leave it there. Thank you very much, Dr. Rishi Bhatnagar. Thank you for joining us and putting all this into perspective. And we see that we are the fastest growing large economy. And with digital speed, we are going to be, catching on that speed, definitely.
Thank you.
Moving on to our next story.